Hey everybody, Michael LaFido. Welcome to another episode of Luxury Fridays. I'm your host, and I'm so excited to be here today, August 5th. Uh, we have a lot to cover. I was just in Tampa Bay this week, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. But you are in the right place if you're a real estate agent, even if you're a consumer, you are buying a home, selling a home, or you own a home and you want to ask some real estate related questions. We have some of those on here as well. But you're in the right place, whether you're with an independent brokerage or a franchise, whether you're a newer agent or a seasoned veteran. There's going to be something for everybody. And we do have dedicated, I call it AMA, Ask Me Anything. We take questions from you. So all you have to do is type them into the comment section, into the remarks section of whatever platform you're watching this, whether it be on LinkedIn, Facebook, uh, Instagram. If you're on Instagram, I recommend you go to YouTube, go to Marketing Lecture Group, uh, or of course, YouTube and Twitter. We were just in Tampa Bay, and I want to tell you a little bit about that right off the start. We were at the 75th annual NAREB conference, National Association of Real Estate Brokers. It's a great organization. I'm a NAREB member. Black real estate agents weren't allowed to be members of NAR. And so in the 1940s, they started their own association, and that's what NAREB is. And some really great initiatives, including more black home ownership. So great conference. I led a 3-hour session. There were 1,100 agents at the conference. So we're really, uh, really pleased and honored to be speaking there. This is our second time that we have presented. I'm really big into the various associations, the various diversity groups that are supportive of various initiatives. You have ARIA, you have NAREP, you have NAREB, and then you, of course, have the LGBTQ Alliance, and you also have Women's Council of Realtors and YPN. And I know I'm probably leaving a few out. So if you are a real estate agent, I recommend any and all of those associations. I actually just got in the mail at my own house, and I'm presenting at it. It's uh, the LGBTQ Alliance conference is coming up. It's not too late to register. It's going to be the 28th of September through the 30th, and it's a uh, real estate and housing industry conference. I am presenting. We have a booth. We're really excited. We recently had on our 198th podcast. We had somebody on our show that is a big time supporter of the alliance and is next year's 2023 uh, president. So again, we are going to be presenting in September there. We're really excited about that. So as always, let us know where you're watching from. Type in the comments, ask any questions you have, and we greatly appreciate, again, all of the interaction. And if you want us to bring you on camera, let us know that as well, and we'd be happy to do that. We are just about to release our next podcast, so our 202nd podcast, and we have our friend Tony Martinez, who is the owner of the CDPE, the Certified Distressed Property Expert designation. Uh, and we highly recommend that. As the market shifts, you're going to see more short sales and foreclosures. So he's going to be our 202nd guest on our podcast. As always, if you think you would be a great guest, or you know somebody else in the industry that you think would be very helpful and bring value to the real estate agent community, we would love to feature them. Next week, I'm excited. We have a couple guests on next week's Luxury Fridays. Let me tell you about that. One is a rock star agent down in Florida. The other is I just met her in Tampa. She is an agent in Michigan, and she has a $2.3 million property. It's a stale listing. And so she shared with me that property and gave us some feedback on what kind of activity they were getting. And so we're going to do a live fresh eyes analysis with her next week on her $2.3 million property. And we're going to peel the onion back, so to speak, so you get to see conversations that you should be having with your sellers on some of your stale listings, the properties that aren't getting showings and the feedback's negative, etc. So want to make sure you're aware of that. As always, if you have a listing, a difficult listing, you're not getting the showings you want, the feedback's negative, by all means, on this stream right here today, type that in the comment section or private message me it, and I'd be happy to pull that property up as well, and we could do a fresh eyes analysis on that. Again, you are watching luxuryfridays.com, Luxury Fridays. And as I mentioned, our next podcast is coming out next week, and that's just luxurylistingpodcast.com, luxurylistingpodcast.com. Yes, Mike, his name is Tony Martinez. I'd be happy to make an introduction to you. So let me know if you guys do have a property that you would like us to take a look at in our live stream. This would be the time to do that. I'm also going to try to get a gentleman on that intern for me last summer. He's doing some cool things down in Nashville, and he's had some successes. He just got licensed, and he moved to a city where he didn't know anybody besides his girlfriend. And he just worked at a $4.2 million open house, and is currently working with a buyer in the $2.5 to $5 million price point. So we're going to try to get him on as well. So this week, a couple things I want to talk to you about. The Fed announced again that they were increasing interest rates by 0.75 or 75 basis points, is to use their terminology. There is a lot of miscommunication and misinformation out there that when they raise the federal interest rates, that affects mortgage interest rates. That is not the case. Short term, what the Fed just did is they increase interest rates for short term loans, home equity lines of credit, car loans, college loans. Okay. So that does not affect mortgage loan interest rates. What does affect mortgage loan interest rates are bonds, are inflation. And so the market actually responded positively again, and interest rates are going down. Now they might go back up, but the move that the Federal Reserve just made actually helped mortgage interest rates. So there is a big misconception out there, even amongst licensed real estate agents. So you, as a real estate agent, you have to understand this information, because part of the way you position yourself as a leading authority is bring value, bring content, talk about current issues in the market, and help dispel some misbeliefs in this case, that when the Fed raised interest rates 0.75%, that does not mean mortgage interest rates went from 5 to 5.75 overnight. That's not the same. Okay, so that's something I wanted to cover today as well. All right, the other thing we like to cover is real life scenarios that occur. Real life scenarios that occur. So we have a really cool property that we're representing right now. It's a beautiful home. It's over $2.5 million. And we had a showing recently, and unbeknownst to us, the owners were there, and it was awkward for the buyers. And the owners introduced themselves, and they said some things that I think were a little inappropriate, and they weren't trying to be inappropriate, but they said some things that were a little awkward and made the buyers feel uncomfortable. So it's best if the sellers are not there, not only for showings, but the sellers aren't there for second showings, or the sellers aren't there for the home inspection. There are some exceptions to the rule. Maybe you have a seller that's a little bit older, and they can't maybe get out of the house, or they have nowhere to go. I recently had a showing where the seller has a bedroom that acts as his office. It's a 4-bedroom home, and he has one of the bedrooms as his office with a lot of important documents in there. And so he did not allow people to see that bedroom at the showing. So at the home inspection, he I gave the agent a heads up saying my client is going to be at the home inspection for the first 5 minutes. He would like the inspector and your clients to go through that bedroom number 4 first, and he will then lock that up and excuse himself from the home inspection. But he's got important documents, confidential documents. He just sold his company. He's got some stuff that is he's under an NDA on. He just didn't want people rummaging through his stuff. A buyer and their agent and a home inspector should never rummage through anything, but he was ultra sensitive to it, and I understand. For those that are watching on Instagram, my name is Michael LaFido. You're watching our live stream called Luxury Fridays. My eyes are usually drawn to my desktop, which streams out to we stream it to LinkedIn, to multiple Facebooks, to YouTube, to Twitter, and to LinkedIn. And I answer questions on our live stream there. Feel free to type them on Instagram as well, but I might not get to them as quickly. So I recommend you go to YouTube, you type in Marketing Luxury Group, and you'll be taken to our channel. Hit that red subscribe button, and you'll be notified when we do our live streams. We typically do our Luxury Fridays the same time, 11 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Pacific, unless there's a conflict. But next week, we will be on at the same time. Again, I'm your host, Michael LaFido. I am the author of the book, Marketing Luxury, at Luxury Listing Specialist. Outside the Box, we've written 3 various books, and we have these really cool objection handling playing cards that we give away prizes time to time. Again, if anybody interacts and asks a question today, you'll be eligible where we'll send you the digital version of our objection handling playing cards. So I wanted to share that story with you. Sellers shouldn't be there for the home inspection. The other thing is you don't want to make assumptions that the sellers have read and understand the contract and know what their legal responsibilities are to the buyer. So I have an upcoming closing. The house across the street from where I grew up is under contract, and we're closing on Monday. We reminded them of all of their obligations when they move out. Should be in broom swept condition. Okay, if there are any holes in the wall, do you have to legally patch them? No, it's always a nice thing to touch up and patch them. We recently moved about a year and a half ago, and we did that for our buyers. It's just a nice gesture. You want to leave, of course, all transferable warranty information, all owner manuals, all mechanical manuals. You want to leave all that. You should also leave, as a seller, who maintains the home. So if you have somebody that does the pool, you have somebody that does the irrigation system, you have somebody that cuts the grass, you have somebody that does snow removal. Leave a list of everybody that's worked on the house. That's always a great feature. Okay, it's always a great feature. So those are just some reminders. The other thing, as the market is cooling, okay, you got a hot market and you have a cold market. We're not in a cold market. There's still a shortage of good inventory, but we definitely are seeing days on the market increase, and we're starting to see more and more price changes, and we're starting to see a lot of canceled contracts. In the month of June, 60,000 real estate contracts across the country were canceled. 14.9% of all real estate contracts, the deals blew up for multiple reasons. Buyer's remorse. Buyers realize the market shifting and I overpaid, they might think to themselves. Interest rates spiked. Inflation numbers, job claims that came out, consumer confidence. Those are some things that affect consumer confidence. But I want to remind you, life is what drives real estate. It's not who the president is. It's not what interest rates are. It's not what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. Now, those are all things that can put downward pressure or could be like a tailwind and help the market. So, but life is what drives real estate. Okay. So stay positive with your message to agents. Treat all people equally and be an advocate and be a advocate for the consumer. That's really important. All right. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions on anything? Feel free to chime in, and I will also share with you the. I'm going to share with you right now on the screen in the comments section. I'm going to be sharing with you the StreamYard link. If you would like to jump on here live, literally in the comments section, in the remarks section, if you're able to copy and paste or click on that link, and we will bring you live on this show. I do want to bring up one thing here, and I know this is going to be hard to read. I'm going to try to make this bigger. Yeah, I just messed that up. Give me 1 second. I want to bring on one of my guests. It was unexpected. It was one of the nicest phone calls I've ever got. I had a gal named Lucinda Gadsden reach out to us. Lucinda attended my luxury training in January of 2020. I know that's hard to read. I'm going to have to try to blow that up. But Lucinda is a RE/MAX agent, and she did not qualify for RE/MAX luxury trainings, RE/MAX luxury designation that they push. So she attended my training in January of 2020. I haven't probably been in real good contact with Lucinda. Sure, she's in our list and we send database, but as far as personal call to Lucinda, I hadn't had that. She called me out of the blue. Of course, her information wasn't saved in my phone. And so I'm not sure if you remember me. I took your class. I just want to thank you. It was life changing. It changed my career. And so it is exactly why I am doing what I'm doing, affecting lives, hopefully positively. And that's why we were just at the NAREB conference. We were really thrilled to be there, and what some great agents were there. I'm telling you what, you talk about top agents. This was the conference here. I'm pulling it up right now. This was the event we were just at. It is literally their 75th conference. I recommend this organization to anybody that is a licensed real estate agent, a broker owner, a team leader. I recommend you join your local NAREB chapter. I'm a NAREB member, and iron sharpens iron, and be around other agents. Diversity is a good thing. Diversity of opinions, diversity of backgrounds, diversity of religious beliefs, diversity of skin color, diversity of sexual orientation, whatever it might be. Diversity is a good thing. And I was so proud to present at this conference. They have an annual event, but you can just join your local chamber. Literally, the website is NAREB.com, NAREB.com, and I am going to show you their I'm going to show you, I'm going to type it in right now, but I'm going to type in and I'm going to show you what their website is. It's coming on your screen right now. Take a look. NAREB.com, NAREB.com. That is the organization that was launched in the late 1940s for Black real estate agents because they could not be members of the National Association of Realtors. So they launched NAREB. Great group, great agents. I was honored to be part of it. Check them out, NAREB.com, NAREB.com. And if I were to pull up the website on the screen, let me share it with you what that looks like. Let me do that for you right now. That is a window. Here we go. Here we go. This is their website right here. So they have great information on here. There's some of their sponsors down there. My friends at EPM Mortgage, they're doing some great things. I spoke at their event, in January. So here's NAREB. Get involved, sponsorship, stay connected, media, events. This is their annual convention is right now. You can see it on the screen. It was at the JW Marriott. And so I strongly recommend NAREB. NAREB.com is their website. I did not meet Lydia Pope. She's the president, but that would have been great. So there was that 1980s themed party when I was there. Oh, it was great. So, anyways, that's NAREB. I'm proud to be a member and proud to have sponsored, been a speaker at their event. All right. I'm going to open it up. Do I have any questions today? Any questions? My friends on Facebook, my friends on LinkedIn, on YouTube, any questions? By the way, if you're watching a replay of this, you can watch previous episodes. You can watch previous episodes. And if you are interested in some of our resources, we have a lot of great resources. You can go to luxuryfridays.com. If you're interested to hear about what we're doing, you can go to joinluxegroup.com. And I have a special announcement that I want to share with you right now. We just launched our next event, our next in-person event, and I want to share that with you. Our next in-person event is just going to luxurydesignation.com. If you go to luxurydesignation.com, in 46 days, I'm going to share with you right now, in 46 days, we are having our next in-person full day luxury designation event. It's going to be in Milwaukee. Okay, Milwaukee, flying to Milwaukee, flying to O'Hare. It's a couple hours outside of Chicago, and we are excited. That's 46 days away. It's going to be on the 21st of September. All the details of that event and all the bonus items. We have over $2,000 in bonus items are going to be for anybody that attends this event. You will walk out of there certified in luxury with your designation, and it's all included here. Over $2,275 in value. I'm bundling in some coaching. I'm bundling in my book. A lot of fun things, and you're getting all of that for a special reduced price. Go to luxurydesignation.com. You can get all the cues, the questions. You can see some information about some press and PR on us and where we've been featured. So this is something that is really, really we're proud of. We're excited. But you literally can go to luxurydesignation.com for our next event. And I will keep this on the screen, luxurydesignation.com. So that is the URL. I'll type that on right now. And that's just luxurydesignation.com. All right. Any questions? It's a quiet group today. People are probably enjoying their last or one of their last Fridays before the kids go back to school. But as I mentioned, if you go to luxurydesignation.com, you will find information about our next full day designation event where you're going to get a bunch of goodies, a lot of freebies. We'll feed you. And that's going to be in Milwaukee. We can't wait for that. That's going to be really exciting. All right. So the last thing I want to cover, and if there's no questions, please type them in. If you're watching this live, type in a question you have to the comment section on whatever platform you're watching this, and we'll be sure to answer. And if you're watching this replay and you have a question for me, you can just send me an email, michael@marketingluxurygroup.com, michael@marketingluxurygroup.com. That's your best place to shoot me an email, and we will make sure we get that answered for you. Michael@marketingluxurygroup.com is my email. All right. Those of you on Instagram, feel free to go to our YouTube channel, Marketing Luxury Group, and hit subscribe, and you'll be notified the next time we do a live stream. All right, so the last thing I want to cover today is just a couple reminders. Sometimes we forget basic terminology, and I like keeping it really simple. And And so what I want to do is I want to share with you just a simple reminder on a buyer's market versus a seller's market versus a balanced market. So that is what I call a three-tiered approach, because most markets you fall into one of three categories, and it depends on the various price points. Overall, you might be in a buyer's market. Overall, you might be in a balanced market. Overall, in your market, you might be in a seller's market. But I challenge agents to say, even in a buyer's market, there's probably a price point in your area that it's considered a seller's market. Now, it might be starter entry level, or you might be overall in a hot market. It's a hot market. Man, it's a seller's market. But at some price point, the shift occurs from a hot market to a balanced neutral market to a shifting cold market. And in a buyer's market, that might be luxury in your market. Okay, so it's tough to say overall, Chicago, Illinois is a balanced market. It's a seller's market. It's a buyer's market, because it really depends. Is it condo or vertical living is different than single family homes, which is different than townhouses. Entry level is different than average price, which is different than high end, which is different than luxury. And again, remember, I do believe that I call it 5 buckets. Okay, I believe, and I'm going to share with you that right now. I believe that there's 4 primary price points in most markets, and some markets carry that 5th bucket. So all markets have average price point. That's bucket number 2. And then you take the prices below the average, and we call that entry level. The prices above that we call high end. That's bucket 3. Bucket 4 is luxury, and bucket 5 is what I call ultra luxury. We define an ultra luxury house as a house that's 10 times the average sale price. Has this been helpful? I hope this has been helpful to you. My name is Michael Afito. You guys can ask me any questions in the comments sections. You can send me an email with your questions. But each week we come to you live. Many weeks we bring on guests. Sometimes they're mystery guests. Other times they are guests that we announce ahead of time. Next week we're going to have 2 guests. We're really excited. And both are agents that have some really cool stories. And so that's next week. If you would like to be considered for an upcoming live stream, shoot me an email, michael@marketingluxurygroup.com. And again, for more information on our upcoming event that's in person, it's going to be in Milwaukee on September 21st. There we go, September 21st, in just 46 days. That's going to be our next event. It's a full day event. You see some pictures going across some other trainings we've had, and we're really excited about that. All right. If there are no questions, then what we're going to do is we're going to leave it till next week. Again, Luxury Fridays, we come to you each week. And a couple reminders, we do have some great resources out there. You can go to Luxury Fridays for some great resources, or you can go to Join LUXE Group. If you go to Join LUXE Group, you're going to find some amazing resources. Again, no dumb questions. Some people, a lot of times, do these trainings and people come to me afterwards because they're shy. They're afraid that they're going to ask a question that might not, people might laugh at or might tip their hand at what they're thinking about doing. If that's you, don't be shy. But if that is you, shoot me an email. Again, Michael@MarketingLuxuryGroup. I'll put that on the screen, Michael@MarketingLuxuryGroup. If that's you, shoot me an email, and we'd be happy to answer any questions. Again, thanks for those that are watching on Instagram. Thank you for those that are watching on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and whatever else platform you're watching on. I greatly appreciate it. Make it a great Friday. Keep raising the bar and prove others wrong. Until next time, I'm Michael Afito, and we'll talk to you soon. Make it a great day and have an excellent weekend. Take care.